You gotta love her. You gotta fucking love her. I thank everybody for being here, man. It's been a long time coming since I've stood here on this podium talking some shit to somebody that I'm about to fight. So thank you to our opponents, me and Claressa opponents, because without our opponents, we can't make a show. It's time. It's time, and I'm talking about, man. I've been patiently waiting in the back of the wing, waiting my time. Not on Twitter talking my shit, but just patiently waiting for an opportunity to present itself. And the opportunity presented itself when Salita was able to give me the opportunity, and he said the golden words that I was always looking to hear, and that was consistency. He told me he would keep me busy. It wasn't about no money. I'm not starving for money. I'm not starving for anything. But I love the sport of boxing, and I didn't want to become 48 years old before somebody gave me another opportunity to pick up those gloves again. And 2 years and already went by, and I thought it was 2 years too late. But we're here now, and I thank you, Salita, because without you, I'd still be on the couch trying to figure this shit out. Thank you to everybody that's playing a big part of what we're doing. Howard, LCA, and with me, I just think this show is going to be one of the biggest shows, not only because Kobe and Shaq is on the card, but it's going to be one of the biggest shows because how I think is I'm actually competing to be better than the quote. Not competing against her, but when she comes out with Ross, I'm trying to come out with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So that makes the card just that much more interesting. It's not me competing against her. It's like, okay, how can I make it bigger than what Claressa is trying to do? I can't do that, but just me trying to do that. And I thank Salita for giving us both the creative freedom to bring this shit to light, man. And I'm talking about the restrictions that you usually have with any other promoter. You still got restrictions, but Salita is by far a promoter fighter. He's a fighter's promoter because he was able to fight himself. So it's kind of hard to explain to him what we trying to do because he understands it because he's been in our shoes. And that's why he's a great promoter himself, because he actually knows what it takes to fight, what it takes to perform, what it takes to try to what me and Claressa do is try to promote, manage, fight. We try to do it all in one. And we try to make the biggest dreams come true when it's time to fight, and Salita understands that. So I thank you, Salita, for allowing us to be free, allowing us to create a big show. And once again, thanks to our opponent, because somebody's ass got to get beat. So some asses got to get beat. It's got to be asses to be beat. It ain't Kobe and Shaq. You hear me? It ain't Kobe and Shaq. So, I think everybody to come out, man. And it's, all the shit I talk, man, these guys are going to come out and compete because nobody wants to lose. Especially when you talk about man to man. He don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. Woman to woman. She wanted to dethrone the best that ever laced up a pair of gloves as a woman. And what more can I say? It's literally nothing more to say. I think Saturday night, I'm gonna start the blood pressure raising for Claressa. You know what I mean? When she watched me rock this show, and she watched me do my thug dizzle. And she gonna be right there like, damn, I gotta, and she gonna, I'm gonna raise her blood pressure before she even get out. And it's gonna be a great night, man. It's gonna be a great night of fighting. It's gonna be a great night of love. And Detroit, I'm back.
Thank you, Tony. We've been working for a long time to bring back big-time boxing to the city of Detroit. And this is our third event here at Little Caesars Arena, and it just wouldn't be right to have it without Tony Harrison showcased in this big building. Thank you, Tony. And I also want to thank the Harrison family, who's one of the bedrocks of the world of boxing, certainly of the city of Detroit. Tony's mother is here. I want to thank you Tony's father passed away, who was a great guy and a great trainer at Super Bad Boxing Gym, and LJ has taken over the reins and trained a lot of great fighters and great champions, including Tony Harrison, professionals and amateurs. So thank you so much to the Harrison family. And now for the main event of the evening. Last week, the men's undisputed heavyweight world title. You know where he's from? He's from New Zealand. New Zealand is a small but proud country, and they do not have a lot of professional fighters. But the ones that make it are mighty and proud and capable. And when I started working with Claressa, she told me, Dimitri, make sure you make the biggest and the best fights. Every time I step into the ring, I want to fight the biggest and the best fights. And this fight is no different. Lani Daniels is a two-division, multi-time world champion. She's skilled, she's strong, she's happy, she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. And it's a challenge that we take very seriously. And her trainer and manager, John Conway, has been here in Detroit about a month and a half ago to announce this fight. They've been here for about 10 days, getting ready, getting acclimated, and getting ready to rumble. I'd like to invite John Conway to invite his fighter to say a few words.
Thank you. Yeah, so there's ever been, apparently. Last time we were here, we called this fight the American Dream, but we changed it to the Cinderella story. We're planning to win this fight, and when I said that last time, it seemed to upset you. We're definitely not coming down to lay down. We have been called once for warriors, but we are still warriors. We're a warrior nation. This fight has been on my mind for about 4 years. 3 years ago, I went to Rushcutter Bay. Anyone knows what Rushcutter Bay is? I talked to the spirit of Jack Johnson, and he told me it was time for Lani to take over the heavyweight division. I said last time we're coming with Muay Thai punches. Clock it, that's gone. We're coming with boxing punches, because we are boxers. This Muay Thai thing was rubbish. It was a little game I played that people fell for. So this is a true boxing fight. Lani is a pure boxer. I'm a pure boxer trainer. So now I want to introduce you to the next heavyweight champ of the world, Lani Daniels.
Kia ora tātou katoa, te mei tuatahi me meo ki o tātou matua nei te rangi. First and foremost, I'd just like to acknowledge our Father in heaven above. He's blessed me along my journey, and hence why I'm standing here in Detroit, America, from a small place called New Zealand, from the Pito Te Ao, centre of the universe, Pipiwai. It's I'm grateful, blessed to be here. I'm grateful to have a voice. I'm not as good as these fellas that's talking, but I think I'm better at fighting. I'm grateful for the talk practice, because it will prepare me for Saturday when my hands go to work. I don't have too much to say. I just want to thank everybody for making this fight and event possible. Dimitri, Mark, Claressa, everybody on the undercard, and of course my whānau that have made the big trip over to come and support me. So I have some people in the crowd there for me, but also I know everybody that will be tuning in back home in our country of New Zealand. I've got massive support there, and I'm just so grateful and blessed for the support that I've had along my journey. 3 years ago, the brother over here talked about he was on the couch. I'm still on that couch trying to figure it out. I've been on that couch for the past 3 years. The only reason I got back in here was to lose weight. I'm about to fight the baddest woman on the planet, and the only reason that's possible is because of the man upstairs. So, I'm here for a reason, I'm here for a purpose, and I know that's what's going to carry me through this fight. I don't have too much more to say, but I love my whānau, my family, my friends, everybody, you know how much you mean to me. It's always been more than boxing. It's about my people, who I'm from, who I'm supposed to be here trying to inspire. Well, you know, people are looking at me, and I'm here for a greater reason. Thank you to my corner, John. He's been my lifesaver. You know, I wouldn't be here. You know, the Lord's put him in my path to get me all the way. So nothing but love to everybody. Thank you for coming out and supporting women's boxing. Thank you, Claressa, for making that platform for us and making it possible. I'm honoured to share the ring for you, and I respect her so much that I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight, and I know you'll be entertained, so stay tuned.
Thank you so much. You know, many times in boxing, we see a lot of animosity on both sides. But Lani Daniels is a respectable, great, gracious world champion, and I know it's going to be a great night of boxing. Thank you so much, Lani. Thank you, John. I know it's going to be a great event and a great fight. As you guys know, the state of Michigan, the city of Detroit, produced some of the greatest fights in the sport, and the non-televised undercard, which with first fight starting at 5:30, features some of the best talent that the world of boxing has to offer that happen to be from right here in Michigan. Sardia Simmons, heavyweight from Saginaw, Michigan, National Golden Glove champion. Camille Macklett from Macomb, Michigan. Jaquan McElroy, Claressa Shields promoted fighter from Flint, Michigan. Cameron Pankey from Pontiac, Michigan. And Deval Smith, super middleweight from right here in Detroit, trained by Sugar Hill Stewart. And Leon Lawson, highly touted junior middleweight contender from Flint, Michigan. Great card of, fight card of boxing. Teamwork makes the dream work. And Claressa Shields is smart and astute and has surrounded herself with some incredible people. I'd like to acknowledge some of them. Win Records with Mr. Ruben Branson. As we've seen in boxing history, many have tried to combine sports or boxing with music and entertainment, and this time we got it right, and it's going to be on display on July 26th when Rick Ross, one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time, is going to walk out the court. It's going to be incredible. Claressa is also trained by trainer of world champions, John David Jackson. John David. With his assistant, Don Saxby. Don. And Claressa is promoted by one of the greatest, is managed by one of the greatest TV executives in the sport of boxing, former head of HBO, who promoted some of the greatest fighters in the sport of boxing, like Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and the list goes on. And Mark has done an incredible job, really from the beginning of Claressa's career, making sure that we get the most out of every event. And I would like to invite Mark to come up and introduce Claressa.
Thank you, Dimitri. A few things. First of all, I want to thank Howard Handler and your entire staff. What a group of professionals. So supportive. We don't always agree on everything, but we work through everything and we find the best solution and we make the event as big as it can be. We bring our resources together and 1 + 1 = 4, not 3 when we do it. And I love working with your team. This is our 3rd time working together. And I think we got it down pat. I think as you'll see Saturday night, we got it. We figured this out. And Howard and his staff welcomed us 3 years ago. And it's been just a wonderful relationship. It's good to have a place to call home. So Howard, thank you. I also want to thank the newest members of Team Shields. A few people have recognized them already, but it's just been a few months since I've gotten to know and work with the folks at Win Records, led by Ruben Branson and Papoose, and I am immensely impressed with the skill and savvy folks to make this work. So Ruben, Papoose, and all the other folks we've worked with at Win, Denise and Alexandra and the publicists as well have worked with us. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate you. form the sport and things that are bigger than the sport become better and acknowledged and recognized. On this particular fight, we have a program that's called Follow Your Dreams. And Follow Your Dreams is a message from Claressa and a young man I'm about to introduce you that basically says to kids, no matter who you are, no matter where you are from, don't ever think anything but that your dreams can come true. If you saw the movie The Fire Inside, and if you know anything about Claressa, there's very few examples in sports and in life better than her for someone who picked herself up from nothing and to become a true figure that leads the world today in so many ways. On this fight, we are inviting 1,000 children from Detroit, from 7 different organizations around the city. And the people that made that happen, I would like to bring up for one quick moment. First of all, from SMT Financial, DJ Self, where are you? Please come up here for a moment. DJ contributed the money that allowed us to buy tickets for those 1,000 children. It would not happen without the good graces of this lady. Thank you so much. We love you, we appreciate you. And I met this, he's an adult in a kid's body. I couldn't believe it. The more you talk to him, you can't believe what comes out of him. His name is King Moore. That's his birth name. Boy, did they pick the right name. Aside from being an incredibly talented actor, singer, rapper, entertainer, he has a vision for kids and for life as well. Everything he says, everything he does, all the lyrics to his music, if you listen to them, it's all about helping bigger and better. And all this comes from the heart of a 9-year-old child. So, King, come up here for a minute and let people see who you are. King actually is the young man who sings Follow Your Dreams. It's his song, but it couldn't be a better theme. So I thank you guys, and thanks for being a big part of this event and helping us.
Thank you.
One right here, please.
All right, terrific. Thank you, guys.
And Saturday night, you're going to hear King sing the U.S. National Anthem, which will be very special. Okay, thank you both. Every fighter, I've always said since 35 years ago when I first started working at HBO, every fighter needs a home. You have to have a home base. If you look around the sport, fighters who don't have a home base usually are not the stars. They have to have a place where all the action emanates from. It's your core, it's the hub of your wheel. It's where your fans are, it's where your media buzz is, it's where your tickets sell, and everything works from there. We worked very hard, and Claressa Shields has worked very hard since she was 21 years old at making home a place for her, making Michigan be not just her birth home, but be her boxing home and her business home. We've been at Flint, Michigan for fights a few times at the hockey arena. This is our 3rd fight now here at Little Caesars. We've seen nothing but growth. Saturday night is going to be something unbelievable. I am so proud of the work that Claressa's done. I told you years ago, guys like Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, they worked every minute of every day to sell their tickets for their fights. Claressa Shields is a master at marketing and promoting her events at this point. She is light years ahead of where she was at the age of 21. She's matured into a phenomenal, savvy businesswoman. She calls me every day and says, what are those ticket reports? How many are we up versus 7 days out? Last fight, questions. I got to use my Wharton MBA to figure out what she's talking about. Every fighter should be in charge of their business, watch their money, watch their interests, and grow and develop. She's doing that right now. Saturday night, we already have 15,000 tickets sold for Saturday night. It's remarkable. It's not something we thought about 3 years ago. And the biggest days are the last few days. You sometimes do 40, 50% of your tickets in the last few days. We don't even have 40, 50% left off the 15,000 to sell. So when Dimitri says the roof's gonna come off the building Saturday, I wish it opened because we could open it and bring more people in. But it's going to be something very special. It's going to be Claressa's night. It's going to be the pinnacle of her career. Everything she has strived for is going to come true, and it's going to be beautiful with all the right people, all the right fighters. Tony Harrison. I've heard Dimitri talk about Tony Harrison for 5 years. We're getting Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison's coming to fight. I thought it was like, waiting for the Messiah to come. Tony Harrison is fighting Saturday night. It is such a pleasure to see him here because he is Detroit boxing. And to have him be a part of this means so much to us historically. 71% of tickets Saturday night have been purchased by women. That doesn't exist in the sport of boxing. That is unheard of in this sport. And that's because of what this woman has done and the empowerment. And you look at the other women that are on this card, Sammy Worthington, Caroline Vare, the top of the sport. And they're here the same night that the undisputed heavyweight champion is sharing the stage with Lani Daniels, who's a 2-division champion herself. We've never seen women like this before in boxing. Yeah, there have been some legends that fought before, but there've never been fights top to bottom, depth top to bottom, breadth. This is women's boxing's time. And I will tell you, it started on the shoulders of Charles Atlas here when she said, I'm putting this globe on my back, I'm gonna carry it, and you watch what happens. And like everything else she's done in life, and there've been many naysayers, guess what? She always was up to her word and then some, and you'll see Saturday night, history will be made. There's a math problem I have that I can't figure out when it comes to Claressa Shields. So Claressa's had 16 in 16 fights. It's virtually mathematically impossible. No one in the history of this sport, no woman, no man, nobody has ever been as prolific as to win 17 world titles in 16 fights. She's done a lot of things in this sport. She's won a lot of undisputed championships. She's set records. She's done things bigger, better, faster than any man. 17 world titles in 16 fights is impossible. But she's done it, and she's going to show off, as she says, every one of those belts on Saturday night. So, it is my honor, my pleasure, my privilege to introduce the 21-year-old young lady who's become a magnificent, beautiful 30-year-old woman in charge of her life, in charge of her destiny, and in charge of this building Saturday night, Claressa Shields.
Well, oh my God. First, I just want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank LCA, Howard. I'm so grateful for just the opportunity to be able to fight in this building. This is the third time for me. Just every time we do it bigger and we do it better, so I'm so excited to showcase my skills and showcase why I'm the greatest one of all time on Saturday. I want to thank all of the fans who bought tickets, who spent your hard-earned money. Y'all, people drove here from New York. They flew in from New York, LA, Ohio. People are coming in from all over the world to come to this fight. And Lani's family came from New Zealand. So thank you guys for being here to cheer for her. She will definitely need you guys up on Saturday because most of the house is gonna be in the house for me. So I'm just happy that, that we got so much support and, and that I get to share the card with Sammy Worthington, Caroline. These girls are, I came up with Caroline, the amateurs, and Samantha. Samantha, I met Samantha at a very strange time in my life. I had been going through a lot, and I had lost my faith in God, and I stopped believing. And then I met Sammy, and she made sure I got my belief back in God. And this is back in 2015. It was right before my second Olympic run. I had been going through so much, and I just at this point, I don't know if God really, cared about me as much as I thought He did. And she helped me get my faith back. She hosted the Bible studies every week at the Olympic Training Center when I was living there, and my belief came back. And I'll never forget the day because I had felt so numb for a long time emotionally. And one of her services that she did for Bible study, she was like, close your eyes and put your hands out. And, you know, she was like, God, if you're real, you know, come in here and, you know, touch our hands. And I was sitting there like, girl, stop. And I just remember like, this is a hoax, you know, because I had stopped believing. And when I tell you that God came in there and he touched my hands and he let me know, listen, I am here for you. I got you. That is how I got my belief back. I started believing, and that day, I cried tears of joy. We sang, we cried, and I've never forgotten that. So I thank Sammy for that, and I'm happy that she gets to have her moment here at LCA, and she'll be fighting for a world championship, and God gonna show up for you just like he did for me. So I'm just so happy about that. I'm getting chills. You know, I don't tell people my business, but I'm just grateful for this. You know, to be able to share the card with Tony Harrison. People don't know. I've been knowing him since I was 11 years old. I watched him fight the big leagues when I was an amateur, and I was able to watch him fight at the club shows here. And I mean, the same person he is today, same person he was back then. I mean, just as outgoing, just as loud, just as himself. And you know, I think having a role model like him let me know, like, it's okay to be yourself. You don't got to be all stuck up and put together how everybody thinks you're supposed to be put together all the time. You know, I like that he walked in here himself. He went over to Australia to fight against Tim Tszyu, took his shirt off. I mean, it's too crazy. And I was just sitting there like, you know, when it like comes to trash talk, it got Adrian Broner, it got Tony Harrison, it got myself, and then you got Floyd Mayweather, the best trash talkers in women, the best trash talkers in boxing. So now that I go to that, I just want to talk about this fight here at LCA. I want to thank Salita Promotions, Win Records, the whole 313 Presents, the street team that also came with Win Records. I mean, we have done a lot of promoting for this fight. So for it to be sold out is really shows testament to the hard work that we all put in. And Papa's not here, but Papa's put in a whole bunch of hard work too. And we just been really pushing for this to be one of the biggest fights, you know, ever. You know, I know we saw some great women's fights in July at the Madison Square Garden, and as great as those fights were, it was not a GOAT show. Nobody put on a GOAT performance. Everybody looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I love how they came out dancing and punching the air, and you know, with different rappers and stuff. But this fight here is levels above that, and my skill set and my power is levels above all those girls put together, and that's the truth. So now as we go to this fight, I have a very sturdy opponent in front of me, and Lani Daniels. I want to tell you something. I have not taken you lightly. People keep saying that they don't know who Lani is, and you know, sad to say, you guys don't know who half of the girls, who any of the girls fight is, because nobody works on building a brand like I do. So put over that. You know, my last opponent, Danielle Perkins, was 6'2". When we started the promotion, she had 9,000 followers. We ended after the fight, she had 36,000 followers. So started with 9, ended up with 36,000, and I told Danielle Perkins she needs to get back in the ring ASAP. You know, so I've been building my brand to where I have 1.4 million followers, and I think it's over 2 million worldwide. So to share that platform with Lani is very, very special. It's gonna be more eyes that's ever been on you on Saturday, you know, in the building, online, on the zone. It's gonna be huge, and I want her to know that my mom will be there, my niece will be there, Win Records will be there, my man will be there, girl. I cannot let you beat me up, you know, I can't do it. You know, it's a lot on the line here, but I have put in so much time and work, and I told you last time you saw me, about a month and a half ago, I was a little chubby. I had some fat on the arms, you know, and I'm here to tell you today, I told you I was gonna come back and I was gonna look like this. I told you. Oh, yeah. And my butt has shrank, and my six pack is there, and my muscles is on 10. I got neck muscles, y'all can't see them because it's hid behind the hair. But I have prepared for you and your coach very, very hard, and me and my team know what you bring to the table, and we respect you. And I thank you for coming all the way over here from New Zealand, bringing your family. You know, I look forward to sharing the ring with you. And everybody keeps saying that they feel that they're a little scared for you, you know, and I'm not a little scared for you. I know that you're gonna come and you're gonna bring it, but if you can bring out a different beast in me to where I have to rise to a different occasion, then I'll be scared for you. Right now, I'm not scared for you yet. I am ready to see how hard you're gonna come out there and fight on Saturday, and if you really wanna keep your 2 belts, and if you really wanna be champion, because if you do that, then that's when you're gonna see a great fight, a great show. But, you know, Lani is very, very nice, but I'm going to try to break her spirit that she has. She has a strong spirit, you know, so I'm just looking forward to just going out there and doing what I do best. But it will be skills on display, power. I'm coming out with Rick Ross, okay? This place is going to be filled. If you have not got your tickets, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have any on hand. All I can do is send you the link. The nosebleeds is what's left. If you didn't get your floor seat, I apologize. Because I told y'all last month it's gonna be a sellout. I sat up here and I told you last month it's gonna be a sellout. Please get your tickets. And people and only the 15,000 that got the tickets listen. So it's a few of y'all who didn't listen. But it's still best to be in the house. If you are a fan of mine, even if you can't make it, still purchase one of those $40 tickets because the money goes to me. So make sure you purchase a ticket. And I look forward to seeing everybody. And I don't know if I said enough, but thank you to Selena Promotions, my manager Mark Taffet, Win Records, Lani, the LCA, the Detroit, Flint community. You know, I would not be anything without you guys. So thank you for supporting me and, you know, having my back. And hey, last word is to all the haters, y'all ain't stopped shit yet. Y'all like that, do it? Ain't stopped nothing yet. And that's all I got for you. Go out.
Looking like they're doing something else when they just can't get in. I'm just saying. All right, we're going to open the floor for questions from the press. If you got a question, raise your hand.
All right, Kyle Collison from Knockouts and 3 Counts and Bodyslam.net. First question is for the quote. I got to speak a little bit with Dimitri at Tony's open workout. How does it feel for you to be able to get back in the ring after, you know, all the controversy that came out with the last fight? Now you get to get back to business as usual. And I feel like from what we've seen open up since all the stuff with the drug test, now you've opened up more eyes to maybe help other fighters here in Michigan too.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad that you brought that up. That was very difficult what I went through when they had said that I had failed a swab test and that I had marijuana in my system, because I know 100% that I've never smoked marijuana. I don't eat it. I don't even be around it. So for them to say that it was in my system was very, very shocking. But something is wrong with the swab test here in Michigan. It has been plenty of fighters who have taken that swab test over the past 2 or 3 months, and they have come back positive for marijuana, and these fighters do not smoke. It happened to Joe Hicks. I believe Jasmine Hampton is going through the same thing right now. She just turned pro. It's a few fighters who have went through this, so I think that there needs to be better testing. And I also learned that for the Olympics and for WADA, you have to have 150, is it nanograms in your system for it to be a positive test. They flagged me for having 0.3 in my system. I said 150 nanograms versus 0.3. So what did I mean, that doesn't even make sense. So it does need to be better testing. But to go through that and come out the way that I did, I knew that I would come out on top, because my faith in God is real, and you cannot stop what God has for me. But I think it was really to bring awareness, because these other fighters who don't have lawyers, who don't have money, who don't have someone to do the research for them, they don't know these things. They just see a positive marijuana test and they get suspended for 6 months or 9 months. So I'm happy that I was able to go through trial and everything, and you know, prove my innocence. But it needs to be something done different. So for this fight, actually on Friday, I'm going to take me a urine test, which is a very accurate test for marijuana. I'm going to take one the night before the fight, and then we're going to have to do the mouth swab again because the Michigan Commission would not let me do it. And if it comes back that I have marijuana in my system, I will at least have proof that I didn't have any marijuana in my system the day before. I think that those tests are very, very faulty, and I mean, it needs to just be urine. I don't understand why it's not. But for all the fighters who have went through that, all I can say is just right after you find out and you get your results, go and take your urine test. Go and get your hair pulled because that is a more accurate than the swab tests are for marijuana.
I also had one question for Tony Harrison as well. Like Claressa said, I've watched you fight since the amateurs as well. With that being said, and getting to come back here and do this in your home city of Detroit, what does this chapter of Tony Harrison's career called? What is it going to be called, and what are we going to see come July 26th?
This chapter is called The Gentleman. I was an asshole for a lot of my years. And this chapter is called Being the Gentleman. I'm gonna let my hands do the talking right now. You know what I'm saying? For me to be as loud as I was, with the amount of skill that I had, it just kind of didn't add up to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But just like Claressa say, and anybody else that want to prove a point, we always got something to prove to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So at this moment, I became world champion. My goal when I started out boxing was to become world champion. I did that by beating the baddest man in my division. The baddest man they said was in my division. I beat him. So now at this point, it's to just go out there and have a good time. I love the sport of boxing. It's really just to go out there and have a good time. I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody. I'm just here to let my hands do the talking, run the bag up, and get to another world championship that they said I couldn't do it again, and then drop the mic.
This question for Claressa. The shoulder injury in your left arm, that kind of limited you from utilizing your jab. Do you feel like your jab would be a real weapon for you in this fight?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to use my jab more. You know, I did a bunch of recovery. I went down to the UFC center for 2 weeks and let them do all type of needling and arm stuff to my arm because it was in really bad shape, and I fought with it tore. Now my arm is completely healed up. I won't have no excuses after the fight with me and Lani, you know, and plus, even if I only had one arm, I think I could still go in there and get the job done. So my arm is good, I'm good, and I look forward to fighting on Saturday.
One more for you. Just with Lani coming up here and seeming, you know, to be very happy to be here. She mentioned having a greater purpose. She's smiling a lot. What do you make of that? Do you feel like it's part of her strategy, or do you feel like that's just how she is?
Okay, I think her name is the Smiling Assassin. That's her fight name. So I think she likes to smile and then assassinate, if I have to get that right. But her coach said that Jack Johnson came to him in his dream and told him that it was time for Lani to be a world champion. I think Jack Johnson started the wrong coach. Like, he meant to go to that Coach John. Like, he think he just got him mixed up, and he may have went to him and he think the message was for him, but it really was for me. So yes, Jack Johnson probably did come to you, but he meant to come to John David Jackson, not John Conway. That's what I think happened. But listen, I don't want. See me? But no, I'm not mad about how Lani comes to the press conference or to the fight or anything. I'm happy that she's happy. It is a great time to be a woman fighter. She's probably getting paid her highest purse. I'm getting paid a lot of money. We're going to have a sold-out event. Her family is here. I think she called me out last year when I fought against Joe Nace, but she said I was supposed to be fighting against her, which I don't do the negotiation. I just show up and fight. They call me and say, hey, you fighting this person, and I say, okay, what's the date? And they give it to me, and I show up. That's how I am. And I've been that way my whole career. And I've beaten the best women in boxing early in my career. That's why now it ain't nobody for me to beat except the girls who coming up now. You know, so I'm happy that she's here, that she's happy. Enjoy this moment, you know, for her, you know, win, lose, or draw. You know, I think that she should come here and she should enjoy this, because who knows when she'll get another opportunity like this And I am a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, so to have a fight against me, she has to do a lot. And hey, if she can last 10 rounds, I pat herself on the back. But even if she get dropped, if she get back up, if she get dropped again, or she get knocked out, whatever, I think that Lani's gonna smile the whole way through. I honestly do. So I just look forward to sharing the ring with her and, you know, showing her what I got.
All right, guys, thank you. We're about to start the face-off.
Caroline Vieira and Lucia Terza. Got it. Samantha.
All right, y'all make some noise.
Next. Division, Tony Harrison, Edward Diaz. Next, the photographer in the front row needs to come up. Unit Heavyweight Championship of the World, Claressa Shields and Lani Daniels.
No smiling, no smiling. Straight face right there. What we doing, Detroit? What we doing? What we doing, Detroit? What we doing? Make sure while y'all doing y'all fresh, you tell them to get these leftover tickets. The last of these tickets, get these tickets down. We will sell out.
All right.
I am predicting that.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Give it up for this big fight happening this Saturday night right here in Little Caesars Arena. Yeah. Let's go.